Hi friends, welcome to Learn with Krishna Sandeep channel. In this video, we'll see one important Java program which is stock buy and sell problem. So this is one of the famous interview questions as for 0 to 7 years of experience, stock buy and sell problem. Okay, so assume that this is an array. Okay, and consider that as the positions as number of days. Okay, suppose first in order to do this buy and sell problem, definitely you need to buy the share. Okay, so that means buy the share and then sell. So ideally you should never have the highest value at the starting. Ideally some lowest value or highest value should be in the middle or at the last. Okay, first before we sell, what we need to do, we need to buy. For assume that we bought the share at 20 rupees price and then we are selling the share at 90 rupees. So what would be the difference? 70 rupees would be the profit. So in the similar way, given an array, what would be the highest profit in this? What would be the highest profit? So 10, 20, 40, 80, 90 if we take, so 90 minus 10, which is 80, will be the highest profit. Highest profit equal to 90 minus 10, which will be 80. So how do we get this? In the given array, what we need to do is we need to find out the maximum to the right. Okay, maximum to the right and minimum. Maximum to the right, highest maximum to the right. What is the highest maximum to the right? 90. That we need to subtract with 10, lowest minimum value, which will give you the maximum profit or highest profit we can say. So how do we do that? So here we need to find out how to find minimum and how to find maximum to the right. So we'll take two values. One is one integer max or integer max and integer min. So int min equal to initialize this minimum with the highest value, integer dot maximum value, and then int max initialize this with minimum value. We need to do reverse. So maximum should be initialized with minimum, minimum should be initialized with maximum. Why? Because so every time we'll iterate through this array and we'll compare that value with min, and based on that, if it is less than, automatically we'll initialize with what? Min. Okay, similarly max as well. So this is the first two steps you need to understand. So then now what we are going to do is we will write one step. So first we need to compare each and every value with the minimum. Okay, what is the step one? Compare each value with minimum. If it is less than, update the minimum value with current value. Okay, so first if you see 10 is less than minimum, true, so minimum will become what? 10. Okay, first in the first iteration, what minimum will become? 10. Why? Because 10 is less than minimum. Why? Because if you take integer dot maximum value, it will return the highest maximum value in the integer. Assume that it might be in some lakhs. Okay, so 10 is less than that maximum value, true. We are updating the minimum with 10. Now what we are going to do in the step 2, the important logic here, what we need to do is we need to subtract the current element minus min and check whether it is greater than max or not. So current value minus min, current value minus min is greater than maximum or not, that we need to check. So maximum is nothing but integer dot minimum value, which will be equal to 0 at the starting, and this will be the highest integer value. Okay, if you understand the logic, writing the program will be very easy. So current value minus min is greater than max. So what is the current value? 10. In the first step, current value will be 10, and which is, and find out the minimum value 10. So 10 minus 10 is greater than max. What is the max? 0. So simply we are skipping this iteration because 10 minus 10 is greater than 0, 0 greater than 0, false, and we are coming out of this loop. Now in the next iteration, what it will become? As I told you, compare each value with min. If it is less than, update minimum value with the current. So compare each value. So 20 is less than 10, false. So this condition is not satisfied and will come out of that condition. And the next step, current value minus min. So 20 minus 10. So 10 is greater than max. Here 10 is greater than. So here the condition will be 20 current value minus 10. What is the 10 here? 10 is nothing but minimum value which got initialized in the before step. 20 minus 10 greater than 0? Yes, true. So 10 is greater than 0 and here the max will be 10. Okay, first maximum value will be 0 and then the next step it will be 10. Now next iteration, 40 less than 10. No, come out of that condition and check 40 minus min. What is the min? 40 minus 10. Okay, 40 minus 10. Why? Because minimum is 10. 40 minus 10 is greater than max. What is the max here? Which we got in the previous iteration? 10. So 40 minus 10 is greater than 10. Yeah, 30 is greater than 10. Yes, update the maximum value with 30. So earlier maximum value is 10. Now maximum value is 30. Now come to the next iteration. 80. So 80 is less than 10, false. And then 80 minus min, that is 10. So 80 minus 10 is greater than min, that is 10, true. So 70 is greater than 10, true. So maximum value will be 70. And then 90. What is the current value? 90. So 90 minus 10 is greater than 10. Yes, true. So 80 will be the maximum value and we have reached, okay, we have reached the end of the array. So 80 is greater than 10 and we are updating maximum profit. So finally maximum profit is 80. So this is how we need to write the logic. So the performance or the big O notation will be big O of n since we have only for loop. Let's write the program and see the output. So the first step would be write a main method. I have created a class called stock buy and sell. So let's create an array equal to, what are the values here? Just copy the values from the word and paste it here. And then next what we need to do, for loop, write for loop for int I equal to 0, I less than array dot length and then I plus plus. Even before iterating, what we need to do here, take two variables min and max and initialize with min with maximum value, maximum with minimum value. Int min equal to integer dot maximum value, int max equal to integer dot minimum value. Minimum value. Now as I told you, we need to take the each element in the array and we need to compare with min. Okay, if it is less than min, update the, okay, sorry, 10 less than min, we need to update the minimum value with the current value. So if array of I is less than min, what we need to do, update minimum value with current value, which is equal to array of I. In the next step, what we need to do, if current value minus min, current value minus min is greater than max, what we need to do, we need to update maximum equal to area of I minus min. So finally what we can do, we can print the maximum value. Max value equal to max. Let's run the program and see the output. As I told you, the highest value is 90 to the right side, and if it is 10, so 90 minus 10 will become 80. So if you see here, maximum value is 80. Suppose here I am giving 100 and here I am giving 5. So what would be the maximum profit we'll get? 100 minus 5, 95. So maximum value is 95. Assume that here it is 3. So now the maximum value should be, maximum profit should be 100 minus 3, 97. So we got 97. And assume that, so the program here is, we first will buy and then sell, correct? But if you see here, the highest value is 200, but there is no maximum highest to the right. Okay, so here we cannot get any maximum profit. Why? Because there is no such condition here, because there is no highest element on the right side. So so in this case the program will not work. This is an edge case, we call it as. So the program should be like this, because the input should be like this. Then only if the buying value is less than selling value, then we'll get the highest profit. Otherwise, if the selling value is highest, we'll incur the losses. So you got the point, right? So in order to get the maximum profit, this is the program. Thanks for watching my video. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So if you want the source code of this program, I'll be putting in the Telegram. So just join the Telegram group, which is given in the description. At the same time, I'll be updating the many important Java interview questions over there. So already I've started Java 8 series, which consists of 18 to 20 questions I have completed. So soon I'll be starting the threads as well from today. So I'll be putting the thread interview questions over there. So it might be very useful if you are preparing for the Java interviews. Thank you.